but I will acknowledge the fact that last week I played you like a fiddle, and I wanted to thank you for doing the right thing, getting your cousins disqualified, and making our little affair tomorrow night the way it should be, 1-on-1.
It was a simple decision, honestly. Either sit around and let you embarrass our family by pinning my bloodline, or punch you in the face and get the same result. Simple math.
Wait. It's an embarrassment to get pinned by Seth freaking Rollins? Well, if that's the case, then you've brought more shame to your family than anybody.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a royal episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your hosts. I had a good one in my head and literally forgot it, but...
Do you want me to go first? Yeah, so you can scramble. Yeah. I'll tag in. Give you time to scramble your head. Yeah. All right. With the champion that enters a Royal Rumble to have the main event opportunity at WrestleMania to wrestle themselves, which makes no sense. Shiwai Chong.
And one half of the grit couple, Carl Charles.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And we are reviewing 2022.
Yeah.
WWE Royal Rumble, and we're gonna have our thoughts on it. And
you didn't watch the pre-show or anything like that, right?
Nah.
Just the main one.
I don't think anything important was on the pre-show this year.
Are you okay? So I have to say I don't follow everything, right?
Yeah.
But some of the stuff that's happening, I'm like, maybe you can catch me up on.
All right.
Okay. So the first match was Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, versus Seth Rollins, and their storyline was about how, I don't know, because Seth Rollins' character is completely different from Roman Reigns' character. And then when Seth Rollins came out as the Shield version of Seth Rollins, but only dressed that way, and he still acted like the this version of Seth Rollins? What would you call him?
He's the Joker. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he is kind of, isn't it?
Because he was doing it to play mind games. I was like, wow, that is super petty but awesome.
Yeah, so when he came out as Shield Seth Rollins, I was like, Architect Seth Rollins. I was like, oh, so he's gonna not be like a punk, right? He's gonna wrestle women for reals. So I was like, but then he didn't. And I was like, wait a minute, they should have saved this moment for when they have to flip the switch for Seth Rollins.
Nah, because I don't think they should have. Because that would have been weird. Because obviously this is
I mean, like, say they build a feud to the point where it's like, okay, now this is going to be for the title, Seth Rollins main event, whatever, right? That's Seth Rollins. You're like, yeah, and then he comes out with Shield music, old Shield Architect Seth Rollins. You're like, all right, this guy, after the face turn, this is the, so he can be the.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay.
Face Seth Rollins don't work.
Okay. Fair enough.
And like, I get it why they did it, because it's sort of like, because they're both, like I said, they're both heels in this match.
Yeah.
So one's got to be slightly more heel than the other.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's odd with this match, even though they're both heels, neither of them played like, okay, so Roman Reigns was a less annoying heel. So you're like, all right, maybe I cheer for this guy. Except for when it gets to the end, you're like, well, okay, but yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. The match content wasn't actually that bad, right? But I don't know what they were trying to do, because there were some neat maneuvers, like when Roman Reigns went to do a pedigree.
Spear.
A spear.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins counted in the pedigree, and Roman Reigns kicked out. I was like, okay, that's fair enough, because he didn't look. It wasn't locked in proper pedigree.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And when Roman Reigns kicked out of the stomp, I was like, that's fair enough. Right at the beginning of the match. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. Of course it's going to be Roman, right? Yeah. When he kicked out of a frog splash, I was like, oh yeah, but now I don't know, because you know how they like. Okay, so how come some people can win with this maneuver and other people can't? Oh, because they mastered it.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but
Yeah. And Seth's never won with a frog splash, so
yeah, and he went for Phoenix Splash as well, and I was like, ooh.
yeah, which he didn't hit because he
Yeah.
rolled out a bit, and then
Yeah. So, any other match content you want to make comments about before I get right to the end of it?
One sec, let me just get to the beginning of my notes.
Okay,
I like the story being told in it.
Yeah.
Like Seth was always trying to play the mind games, but then Roman was trying to stay cool and methodical, but then he would let his anger come out every now and then he sort of bring himself back down. Like, no.
I like that Seth dominated at the beginning with a quick flurry of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I like basically just gave all his best shots. And,
Yeah.
And then after Roman kicked out the stump, that's when Seth Rollins' mind just broke in half.
Yeah.
he broke himself. He lost it. He lost it because he was like, now what? Now what? He couldn't overcome it.
It was a good match. And
a very safe buckle bomb he did as well.
yeah, because when I see that move nowadays, I still get a bit squealish, like, ooh.
Yeah, but he flipped Roman and he made sure that Seth Rollins made sure the eye line was to the side of Roman's kidney.
Yeah.
So you could see where to throw him.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh, that's clever.
Yeah. And I did like a Seth Rollins power bombing Roman Reigns through the announce table, but you usually would have thought it was the other way around, where the bigger brutish guy does it to the smaller guy. But hey,
Yeah.
you know.
And I liked how they made reference to like the Shield and stuff.
And they mentioned Ambrose's name. What?
Well, they mentioned Mox, and then
they mentioned Mox in a promo, yeah. And
no, Pat McAfee said Mox's name. He said when Seth, Roman, and Mox used to run roughshod in WWE. I was like,
oh, he said Ambrose. I'm pretty sure he said Ambrose.
Then later on, Michael Cole said Ambrose.
Oh, okay.
He made reference. Yeah.
Oh, right, gotcha. Because
Yeah.
I noticed one of them said it, and I was like, all right, fair enough.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What else did I enjoy? I enjoyed like the lead up to this match was pretty good as well. How Seth was going, "You can never beat me because I'm the better man" and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then Roman just switched, said, "I can never forgive you. I hate you for what you did to the Shield."
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, so are you telling me that Roman Reigns is face for this match?
No, it wasn't even. I don't even think he was face. He was just like, I've sort of come to get my pound of flesh for what you did 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? So I was like, who? This is the awkward thing for heel versus heel matches, because someone's got to be more heelish, like you're saying. So it's like, and then so your main heel, like the heel that's going to get the sympathy, needs to get his heat back at the end as well as being proper heel, but because they got to put the alignments back. But the way they ended, okay, so heading to the finish.
Yep.
I liked that Roman basically choked him out. The way the match ended was fine by me.
It was clever. Yeah, I thought that was a very clever way to do it.
So you got him in the guillotine, and he just held on to it. And Seth Rollins was like, "You can never beat me. I'm always better than you." And Roman was just like, "Shut the hell up," and just held on to him until he flopped over. Well, he didn't flop, but what happened was he got to the rope, and then Roman was like, "I ain't letting go. I ain't never letting go."
Yeah.
Which was cool, and the ref had to DQ Roman.
But I like how the ref was checking his conscience by lifting his hand, and then on the third one he lifted it. Seth reached for the rope. Yeah. That's why he held it in. I was like, oh, that's pretty clever, because technically Seth did get out of it, but Roman didn't let go, which ended up for him being disqualified. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. And then so I think Roman went to he chokes him out. He won't allow him to go. Then he does let go, right?
Yeah.
To go and get a chair. Smashes Seth Rollins a good couple of times on the chair. Goes to leave, and then goes back into the ring and beats Seth Rollins again with a chair. And I'm like, right, so are you trying to turn Seth Rollins' face by getting beat down? Exactly. I didn't get the logic of what they were doing, because Roman's still heel. So no matter what they were going to do...
I think you're looking a bit way too much into this.
Okay.
Because like they do all these sort of matches like heel versus heel in like New Japan and other companies, and it's fine.
Oh yeah, but like so Roman choking him out and then walking off afterwards, like egotistical, like right? Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. But when you do when you added the chair shots in and stuff like, it's like, what? So are you trying to do a turn, or what was your aim with getting them beat down with the chair afterwards? What was the?
I just see it as they continue with the story of Romans pissed off with about their whole history. That's what I see it as. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
none
fair,
of this,
but
like,
you would have
trying
thought
to change someone
yeah.
over.
Essentially, he choked the guy to death, right? Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd have think, all right, he's left him there. Seth Rollins is flopped on the floor. He's gone. That's it. Yeah, I'm better than him. And then you could just put your foot on the guy and go, yeah, that's it. It's over for us. But yeah, I know. Just like I think they could have told what they could have told without all the additional chair shots because it didn't kind of like lead anywhere really.
Well, like I was saying, because I followed it, it does lead somewhere. For like, it shows that this feud will last forever, rather than this is done and dusted.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because by the time we get to the end of the event, it's like this is a one-off for this particular event. You know, it's not going.
But it's the future, isn't it?
Okay, we'll see about as in we'll see because they always can come back to it. So we'll
so
see how
like,
but I like the actual match and the how they finished, why they finished that way. I got it. I was like, okay, I don't mind this DQ loss. It makes sense with how they were constructing everything.
Yeah, because Seth can always still say, "You still never beaten me."
Yeah.
Even though he technically did, but
yeah.
You got yourself
You can beat me up, but you
really
never win a match against me. Yeah. Okay, that's true heel though.
Yeah. But like I say in my notes as well, sort of saying another thing really like this match was Roman's character work as well. Like,
yeah.
When he said this, he said to Seth, "So you're gonna shit on everything the Shield ever did, huh? And it starts kicking the crap out of him again. I was like, oh, this Shield thing still hurts him. And then, when Seth tried to do the fist bump, and he said, like, "I love you, man. It's all business." He said something like that. He said, "I love you," but I can't remember what else he said. And then Roman was like, "Oh."
Yeah, because you can see how basically throughout the match, it was just infuriating Roman more and more.
Yeah.
First, you come in the wrestling gear when we were brothers and you stabbed us in the back, right? Yeah. You have the nerve to come out to that music, which I held on to.
Yeah.
For X amount of years as well after we disbanded. And now you're there trying to rub it in my face. And yeah.
Because I was like, what threw me off was like, why is Reigns coming out first?
Yeah.
And then this happens, like, oh, that's genius. That's genius. Yeah. That makes sense. Because if Seth came out first with that, it would have made it'd be like, the mind game doesn't
you
really
need
work.
You need to get the reaction that was intended to get.
Yeah. Because you could tell through the whole match, like you said, he's like, Roman was just pissed off just looking at Seth in that gear, like.
Yeah. I mean, if they had it where Seth Rollins came out first, it would have been a bit odd because like they would like who's not this music is like what, but why?
Yeah.
Because then you don't know who's coming out and when and what, right?
Yeah. You're like, whoa.
The fact is though, if say Seth Rollins came out in the Shield gear first and everything, then when you play Roman Reigns' music, he'd actually you'd probably have him run to the ring to beat up Seth Rollins right away.
Yeah.
He'd do an Ultimate Warrior and just sprint over there.
Yeah.
But it's not as if Roman's new music works with him being high energy like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, that's really good match.
It's a fine match, and I liked the way it was finished. It was just a bit odd with heel versus heel, and I think sometimes it seemed like they piped in the reactions. You know,
I don't know. I wouldn't think that.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Just sometimes it sounds a bit artificial to me.
I don't know because they both get cheers from fans, which is that's why I don't think it's artificial. Like,
but then they both get it's like who is when things happen. Sometimes it sounds like it's not happened organically. Sound wise. Yeah.
I didn't really get that feeling, but
okay. Right, on to go on.
One last bit on to say. What I thought was the camera work was pretty awesome. Was when Seth sort of comes round after being choked out, and you see him like sitting in the ring, looking towards the entrance, and you see Roman walking off. I thought that picture looked pretty cool. Just for it's like, this feud would never be over until one man dies.
We'll have to see later on how this is going to continue.
Yeah, I'll come around to it like in about.
It could always come back to it at SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, pretty soon.
All right. So next match was the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
Which went about how long? About an hour.
Just about that, I reckon.
Okay, first of all, let me say, I don't think they have enough women to do a 30-woman battle Royal Rumble match. They should cut it to 20 or something like that, right? Because then they just have people that come in as guests and they're not going to win. So you're just bulking up the amount of people coming in for, and they don't have they're not even going to continue from whatever they're just there for the one-off. It's like, well, okay, if they're not going to win and their chances, like, why have them in here? Why just pad out the numbers?
For the crowd pop, innit, obviously.
Oh, yeah. But they also do with the men's as well. It's not as if they don't have enough roster for the men's. They just choose to have randoms in there. Yeah, because they decide. But they have way more randoms in the... Actually, randoms, but you know...
No, you mean. Yeah.
Not like signed talent.
Yeah, they do.
In the women's Rumble. Yeah. Okay. So... I can speak. I'll just speak about it overall, but you if you want to be more specific, that's fine. Sasha Banks came out as Sailor Moon, which I thought was kind of funny.
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
and her gear did look good, Sailor Moon.
Yeah, it did.
And I think one of the commentators mentioned it as well.
Yeah, I thought that's a random.
How did they know?
Sailor Moon? I was like, oh, that's a random thing for you to know, but all right, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
The Melina coming out second kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, okay. And her elimination, I feel like it was a botch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know, because it looked kind of weird.
Yeah. But then again, that's probably good, because then it makes it look like, I mean, if they planned it out legit, then it looks good that it's accidental, if you get what I mean.
Because I know she had like an entrance. During that entrance, there was a botch as well.
Oh, really?
When she was trying to take off her jacket, did you notice it was kind of long and they kept showing different shots of like Sasha and then the crowd?
Okay.
Sasha,
so,
like...
yeah. So let me just say as well, the entrance ramp is long. Okay. Yeah. So I just assumed what they did was cut off to fill time, because they're not gonna have the camera watch that person take 30 seconds to walk all the ring. And you know how they love to cut the camera angles as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything of it, because that's how typically they do things. But you're saying you reckon there was a legit reason?
Yeah, literally. When she got to the ring,
and
she was about to like go onto the apron, and when her and Sasha go, and then she was doing her jacket, but then it looked like they noticed that she was taking too long to do it. So I'm guessing the zipper got caught. So it went back to Sasha and she started pointing or whatever. Then he kind of went to the crowd. Then back to Sasha.
Yeah. And then when Melina finally did the splits to get in the ring, she was cracking up, and I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah. That's what it was. I was like, yep, that was a botch. Not a botch, but like something, clothing malfunction. Like, that was... Bless her.
Yeah.
Bless her.
Kelly came back for this at number 4.
Yeah.
And she looked different. I don't know if it's the makeup or whatever. I was like, she doesn't look quite. But then I looked at other pictures of her like now, and I'm like, but she does kind of look the same in those pictures, except that for some reason here on screen her face looked different. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that.
Yeah, it was probably the makeup though.
Yeah, it's probably it is the makeup, because I see a lot of pictures of, because I follow on Instagram because I'm weird like that, and she's 33, 34.
Oh really?
Which is quite, when you think about it, she's still quite young.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. I like, because she started when she was 19 or whatever, right? So she should still look very similar to how she was.
I personally think she looks better now than she does then.
No, yeah. You mean physically, or you mean like features wise?
Feature wise,
right? Because here's the thing. I I did look at pictures of her now.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, so whatever they did for TV didn't make her look good.
Yeah, it looked weird. I was like, she's naturally beautiful. What have you like sort of done?
Well, yeah. It's like if she doesn't look like her.
No.
And when they said it was her, I was like, all right, that's fine, but she doesn't look like.
Sure?
yeah, exactly. Are you sure she didn't swap her face with someone else's face just for this? No, I think it was the makeup though, because like I said, another picture. I was like, I have to check. I have to see.
Yeah.
If I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah. But yeah, she got eliminated pretty quick.
I did like how when Sonya Deville came out, she basically, okay, she walked over to the commentary table and she said when she's got the jacket on, she's on official business, no one can touch her, right? And then it was like, all right, so when the jacket comes off, that's when she fights. It's fair enough. No, you could. Usually you don't like it when people come up to Rumble and they just spend time doing something else, right?
Yeah.
But because she's general manager, works with characters, like it's fine. She waited for Naomi's friend to come. Naomi's friend came out. Cameron came out, right?
Yeah.
And Sonya Deville's like, "Oh, this is Naomi's friend, right?"
I like this bit. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna. All right." I start taking off her jacket. She comes in there. She just basically, deals with this person, throws him out, and then Naomi comes out magically the next number. All right, fair enough.
But one thing about Cameron, I'll say she got a lot better since the last time we saw her.
Yeah, which was whenever, right?
Yeah, I can't remember when actually she left, but yeah.
But I think I know about all the other storylines going in. But that was one of the storylines, which is weird because it's like so you got a general manager into a feud, but whatever,
Yeah, because I think they're slowly trying to transition her back to being a wrestler. So I was like,
though I have to. I mean, she looks really cool in her suit. Like, So I was like, yeah, okay. She looks all business.
She looks like she could be like a boss character in King of Fighters or something.
Yes, like what's it called? What's that?
Mature and Vice.
Yes.
Yeah. Random reference, but yeah.
yes, yeah. Exactly. We were thinking about along the same lines for some reason.
Yeah, don't know why.
So Charlotte Flair comes out, who is the SmackDown Women's Champion. And I was like, this makes no sense. Why would a champion come out for Royal Rumble? And then they covered up in okay. First of all, there's two reasons, right? But when she came out, the people at the desk, the commentators were like, "Oh yeah, because if she wins, she can choose her own opponent for WrestleMania."
She said this on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. But I was like, "Oh yeah," because I didn't watch it week to week all the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, "That's fair," but then it's like, so. It kind of makes if you're entering the match, does it make that means obviously your title's out of contention. And if you win the match, you can challenge for the other title. Does that mean the other title's better than your title? It's a bit of a
really. That's what I'm saying. That you want to be the best if you challenge for both titles. If you win both titles, you're the best.
Oh yeah, okay. That's fair enough if that's the feud going in. But she's saying, I'm going to go and choose my own opponent.
Yeah, so she can. If you think about it like this, that means she can have like an easy WrestleMania win. Then she wins, she goes, I want to wrestle.
But of course, we know the real reason why a bit later on.
Yeah.
So Ivory came out afterwards, and I was like, "This." When the Right to Censor music came out, I was like, "Oh, this woman's a joker. This woman is a joker." She's talking about how, this is meant to be a PG-13 company. All you ladies dressed like that and stuff like that.
Like making families and stuff. I was like,
yeah. And then basically goes in the ring. She gets thrown out. She goes, "Don't dare!" Like she's on the apron. She goes, "Don't you dare do this to me!" And then she knocks off. I'm like, right.
I like that.
Yeah. It's probably because I know. I mean, like, however old she is, they probably couldn't get her to do too much, which is fair enough.
Yeah. Plus, you wouldn't really want to be throwing someone around. I don't think she's wrestled in a while as well. So it's one of those things. You said she's kind of up in years. You don't want to be.
Yeah. So it was a good comedy moment that kind of fit the tone of what So yeah, Brie Bella comes out, does the Daniel Bryan yeses, and I'm like, all right, well, yeah, okay, fair, I guess, fair.
Yeah, I like that.
Mickey James comes out, the Impact's knockout champion, and I was like, all right, I do wonder what they're gonna do with her to make her look like a jabroni, if they are indeed, or are they just gonna try and make her look like a jabroni? You know, I was intrigued when she come out, exactly what they're gonna do.
See, I personally I didn't really care about any of that stuff because I just don't go in thinking negativity because that was the
no.
But,
they're petty.
They're petty, but I don't let that take any
Yeah.
thing into my enjoyment of anything because it's just annoying. But I was surprised that they actually had her come out with her her Impact music and her Impact title, and actually said Impact on her little lower third thing.
The graphic, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh. Because I really thought that she would come out to our old WWE theme song.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
for
yeah.
them to do that, I thought that's pretty cool.
Well, to be fair, she sings. I think she's singing the hardcore country song, so it's hers to do whatever she wants with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they kind of dealt with her kind of respectfully, actually.
Yeah. Like she didn't get. I thought maybe there's a moment of not jaded paranoia sort of thing came in. I was like, you know what? Maybe they're gonna eliminate it straight away, but I thought they wouldn't do that because they made a big point about this and
so not that they wouldn't do that, right? But it's not out of the realms of possibility that they would.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah. So, whatever.
For a while as well.
Yeah. Whatever. I think Lita came out.
Yeah.
Then, first I forgot. Nikki Ash came out.
Yeah.
Right. And then you had Lita came out, and then after Lita, Molly Holly came out, right? Molly Holly being the superhero, Mighty Molly.
Yeah. And
then Nikki Ash jumps Mighty Molly. Because you would have thought they were going to team up, right? Be the superheroes.
I thought she was going to tag straight away because, Nikki AHH is now a heel?
Well, now, from this point, yeah.
No, she's been heel for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it made sense. So I was like, she's gonna.
You know what? That just shows you how much attention that. I mean, like I said, I just dip in and out, but they didn't explain too much during. No, okay, she was being cowardly when Rhea Ripley came in, but I didn't think. I thought that was just because that was you don't want to get beat up by someone so much bigger than you, sort of. Because Rhea Ripley's thing is like she's just like a big massive brute, yeah. So you of course don't want to tangle with her, especially if you're like so much tinier.
Yeah, it's because they're in a feud. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then Ronda Rousey comes out at number 28, and I'm like, right, I see where this is going. Maybe.
Yeah, I kind of spotted this for myself as well by accident.
Well, my only hope was, all right, she's at number 28, right? Then Asuka comes out one of the next two numbers, right? Except no.
No, my thing, as soon as Ronda came out, I was like, okay, I don't want Asuka to come out because that means Asuka ain't winning.
Oh, no, that. You could just, whether she wins or not, they could have set up something for their showdown later on.
Because, because I know if Asuka was in this, she came in and then she got eliminated or whatever.
Yeah.
People would complain and bitch and moan about it. That's why I was like, just better or not off having her in it because.
Well, no. At this point, there's multiple people in the ring. You didn't have to have Asuka eliminated. I mean, just saying, if Asuka was in it, you didn't need to have her eliminated by Ronda Rousey.
No, I'm saying even if she didn't get eliminated by Rousey, she got eliminated by Charlotte or someone. No matter who she got eliminated by, people would bitch and moan about it. So it's the best way not to have that situation.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I would have liked to have her in it only because she would have been like, I want to see that showdown at some point.
Yeah, you could do that another way, but not the Rumble.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Okay. And in the Rumble, I think if there was a little bit of a showdown, you can always protect them by getting other people just run in there and do stuff, like run interference before they tangle, whatever. But just the tease. Anyways, so then number 29, Shotzi comes in, Shotzi Blackheart, right?
Yep. Shotzi. Yep.
And I was like, okay, so who's number 30, right?
Yep.
Shayna Baszler. I was like, all right, okay. So basically, the two horsewomen are just going to be running roughshod, maybe. Yeah. I mean, which would have been good because those ladies can tangle. Shayna obviously is better in the ring than Ronda Rousey, but they both got enough legitimacy to them and how their characters are that they could just beat up the rest of the.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have taken everyone to team up on them to throw them out or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Shayna did really well against Bianca Belair with that the little thing they had.
Yeah, I thought their little ending sequence was pretty good. I like.
Yeah.
I was kind of upset.
And what was also good was I want to see the sportsmanship, but Ronda dealt with her person and Shayna dealt with hers, and then they looked at each other like, oh yeah, okay, all right, it's gonna be us two, let's go.
Yeah.
And then they all got
they got stopped off. They got separated.
Yeah.
I did like when Charlotte went to eliminate. I can't remember who it was. She went to eliminate someone, and Bianca stopped the elimination by do some flying drop kick out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Who was she trying to eliminate?
Oh yeah. Okay, so Charlotte, I think Ronda Rousey was on the side.
Yeah.
Had her head Okay, this is what I noticed, right?
Yeah.
So Ronda Rousey's standing on the corner. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlotte was on the apron. Right. After and then she looked at. I think this is maybe after she brought out Baszler. I'm not sure. Right.
Yeah.
She looks at then she looks at Ronda Rousey like, I'm gonna kick this lady's head into the ring post. Then,
yeah,
right?
that was it. Yeah.
But Ronda's head wasn't there.
Yeah.
So Ronda had to move her head back out.
Yeah.
To set it up. It wasn't a bad botch. It wasn't anything. Just you could see them looking at each other.
Yeah.
And then Ronda Rousey remembering, oh yeah, I'm gonna be here for it.
Yeah.
But then you said Charlotte runs over there, gets a drop kick from Bianca, and she falls onto the apron, not off.
Yeah.
Because you would have thought usually physics would take you in this direction, but wrestling physics, whatever.
Sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and like you said, then Ronda wins.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So Leah gets eliminated by Charlotte, and then it's Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, and all right. But it's a very quick finish. Once it's the two of them, it doesn't go on for particularly long.
Wait, what?
When it's just Charlotte.
No, wait. Leah got eliminated way before that.
No, she. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I mixed up.
She was in the final five, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I thought she was in the final four. No, my mistake. The final four was Charlotte, Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair, and Ronda. Yeah, correct. Okay. For some reason, I thought that Baszler got eliminated before, but no.
Because they both.
But Lisa did have a good flashy showing though.
Yeah.
And when she was about to do the moonsault, I was like, oh, don't. For your own safety, you probably shouldn't do this.
Because when she first came in, she looked a bit lost when she was having a little mix-up with, I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
And then she kind of regained my hope when she did that dive in Hurricane Rod. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then, when she went for the moonsault, I was like, please don't do it.
Yeah. Well, please don't kill yourself anyways.
Yeah. For some reason, I had in my head that Trish Stratus was going to be in this. I don't know why.
Well, yeah.
Because I think she was teasing it on Instagram or something. So I thought, oh, she's going to be at the Royal Rumble, but she wasn't. So
to be fair, everyone comes out of the woodworks for the Royal Rumble, so it wouldn't have been a surprise, and it wouldn't have been out of place.
Yeah, I think if she was in it, they would have promoted it more, to be honest. But
So Ronda Rousey now winning the Rumble.
Yep.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you reckon they're going to do a triple threat rematch for both titles again?
Nah.
Okay. Or are they going to do the standard triple threat where it's whoever gets pinned loses their title?
No, I don't think it's going to be that.
Okay.
I reckon she's either going to face Becky in a single rematch.
Yeah.
Or she'll face Charlotte. She ain't going to do a double.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it's not Becky, I reckon WrestleMania will be Becky versus Bianca again. Not again, but
yeah,
this time Bianca actually wins.
funny enough, they got options
Yeah.
with this because Ronda came in there and she's not even she's just come in there for this.
Yeah.
And there's no feud to set up beforehand, so she legit could just feud with either champion.
Yeah. And
but then why'd you throw Charlotte in there if there's not something,
Yeah, so that's what I think. That's what I think it's going more towards her versus Charlotte.
Yeah. Even though Ronda's beef is with Becky as well for when
Yeah.
they get picked. Yeah. Well, we'll see it. Whatever they.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do a double match.
Well, they never wanted Becky in that title picture to begin with. At that point, they wanted to do Charlotte versus Ronda anyways. So now they're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, because originally Becky was meant to face Charlotte, face Ronda at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And then he broke a nose thing and what? Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
So it was an alright Rumble. It was an alright Rumble. My thing was they should just probably reduce the amount of women in it.
Nah.
Yeah. All right.
Because I'll tell you why again. Why they shouldn't do it.
No. But I'm just saying 1/3 of this Rumble were people that were like.
Yeah.
Not even the chances, but they're not even signed contracted with the company. So you're like, okay.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that people love the surprises in the Rumble, so it's like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I give it to them. In a Rumble match, if you're going to do stuff like that, this is the type of match to do it in.
Yeah.
Even though you have no chance of winning or whatever, but it's just the fun of it.
Yeah. And the reason why I say they shouldn't put down the numbers, because they do that, you know what's going to happen?
What?
People are going to bitch and moan about it. You're not treating women the same as men, blah, 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 blah.
No, you got to say, legit, look at the amount of people we have on the roster, and we can't do that. But yeah, people are going to take what they're going to say anyways. So
yeah, so it's just...
sometimes it's like, you don't matter how much logic you have, yeah?
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much logic you have, people are going to find something to cry about, so...
All right.
Just keep it the same.
So next match, Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch champion versus Doudrop, which I'm like, what? Yeah. Not the match itself, right? But just like that name is just.
Yeah, I'm okay with it now.
Yeah. Okay. So I like the finish.
I like the whole match. I thought it was pretty cool.
Match wasn't that bad itself, right? But I particularly like the finish because it was basically a second rope rock bottom.
Yeah, because I was thinking how they gonna get this move out.
Yeah.
And the second rope, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense because, like, when she tried to hit it before in the match, she's like, nah, it's not happening. So I was like, oh, she's gonna do the disarmer, a move that she barely uses anymore because it's silly. But then, do you remember the old manhandle slam?
The pump handle one.
Yeah, well, it's really dumb.
Yeah. Well, wait, hold on. Which one? The one that the one that Raph used to do as the meltdown? Or...
No, it's basically the same, but she put their hand like for the pump handle and gave him rock bottom.
Oh, really?
And it made no sense. I was like, this just seems convoluted and dumb.
Yeah.
So now she just does a normal rock bottom, which makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why complicate a simple move? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes more sense. Some people you're not be able to flip up like that, anyways.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad match actually. Yeah.
I like the storytelling. How they basically was speed versus strength.
Yeah. I think Doudrop's chances of winning were quite low. But,
yeah, they're quite low. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say she had her moments, but at the same time, it's like, oof. I think Becky's probably going to kick out of this because whatever it was.
Yeah. There was many times where she could have done the Michinoku driver, and then I was like, she's not doing it. She ain't winning.
Yeah. It wasn't bad, but they just didn't build Doudrop up as a viable contender.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Shifting on the WWE title match. Brock Lesnar champion with Paul Heyman and versus Bobby Lashley with MVP. And I did like the video package leading up to this, saying about every man's achievements and stuff like that.
This package, I like that.
Yeah.
It made me even sold more into the match. Like, wow, these guys are pretty similar.
Yeah. Yeah, like then CAA or the wrestling champions, and then Olympic wrestling champions or amateur wrestling champions, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Right? And then their titles that they got, and then went into MMA and stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, this is just going to be two beefy guys just smashing each other, which kind of was, but kind of wasn't.
No, it was pretty. It wasn't your stereotypical like monster brawl, was it?
No. Okay. I liked it.
Same here.
I liked it. And for a Brock Lesnar match, it was quite lengthy, which is only about 10 minutes, but still.
Yeah, still.
Yeah. I did like how Brock was doing the first German suplex, and then he's like, and then Lashley got him with the German suplex. And like,
he looks really scared, and then he started laughing. I was like,
yeah. But the way that he went up really high and he crunched really low.
Yeah, it looked odd, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was trying not to get, so there was a German suplex from the middle of the ring, which means the ring ropes are pretty close behind you. So I think Brock just didn't want to get tangled into them. So he kind of just went down and scrunched up as, like, you want to get your legs tangled and then actually you have your head, drop yourself in your head and stuff like that. But Lashley takes the German suplexes really weird. He takes them on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't. You want to take it on, like, unless you have got bad shoulder. Maybe he's got bad shoulder, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But you don't really particularly want to take it across, like, all your weight on the back on one shoulder. Yeah. He kept on kind of like he twists in one direction. So, and when the referee ran to him a couple of times, it's like, is he injured? Like, is that why he can't take it like flat on his back? But I don't know.
Didn't think of any of that at all. I was like, German suplexes. This is awesome.
Yeah, I thought they were just literally going to German suplex each other until someone else ran out of energy. Which would have been a fine match, like, with the German suplexes, the spears, and just be like, I'm going to hit you with your move, you're going to hit me with my move. We're just going to be one-upping each other until
keep going around in circles till one of us dies.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like, I
actually thought, like, the stuff that how they started the match, I thought, okay, Bobby's coming out like a viable, like, first of all, the way they're booking Brock, but it's just like, well, they're keeping Bobby strong as well in the process.
Yeah.
But when he did the hurt lock, and then they ran into the referee.
Yeah, they ran to basically Brock wanted to get out of it, so he ran Bobby into the turnbuckle, but the referee got caught in between it and got squashed. Basically.
Yeah, and then when Brock lifted up Bobby Lashley for the F5, the referee just staggered right. Okay, I don't know what they were doing. Yeah, it looked like the referee just saw it and just decided to walk into it. But it was probably meant to be. He hit his head on the back of the turnbuckle, whatever it is, when he got around to it, and he's staggering forward and then gets it. That makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
But, he just looks at Bobby Lashley's feet and thinks, I'm meant to be in this position. All right, I'm going to walk right there.
Yeah. It looks funny.
Yeah. And then Brock gets the visual pin.
Yeah.
And I was like, but what you should have done is protect Bobby Lashley, right? By having... So the way that he was pretty close to the rope anyway, so you could have had his legs, like, or his arms sprawled out where it's underneath the rope. That way you would have been like, okay, would have broke... Like, even if it was an visual pin, it would have been not counted.
Yeah.
If the referee was up. Or if anything, you could have had the ref count too and then see his feet is outside the thing and then stop the count. But yeah, Roman Reigns comes in for whatever reason that he decides to come in for, right? And I see that in the context of the match. I know I was he was associated with Paul Heyman or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to interfere in this match because I decided I'm going to interfere in this match.
No, I get the reason why. Because he doesn't want Brock to be champ. At the same time, his champ is like...
Yeah.
I'm betting you because I have a belt and you don't have a belt now because
I did it.
Yeah. Your downfall is because of me.
Yeah.
I did it for the work. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Roman Spears, Lesnar, eyes down Paul Heyman, who then just basically crumbles beneath the glare of Roman Reigns and just hands him the title. falling apart in front of me. And I don't know if he goes back to Roman because he's so scared, or legit he's like, okay, this is my new business partner, or if he just gets stared at so much, so much that his internal brain just melted, and he's like, I'm his underling now. I know my place. I'm his man, bitch.
That's like this. Now you put it that way, that's like two ways of looking at it. Either like you can see it as they were playing Brock the whole time.
Yeah.
Or he's like, well, I know what happens if I don't listen to this guy. So let me listen to him and go back with him. You know, like.
Yeah. At least I won't get beat up. I will get beat up either way. At least this time.
At least this time. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. I like that whole thing. I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a good way to do it.
So Roman hits Brock with the title, and then Bobby Lashley covers to win. And I'm like, look, I would have put, okay, I know where they're going and why they did it and stuff like that, but it would have been nice to have Bobby Lashley actually do the finish.
Yeah, like I liked the end and everything, but like you're saying, Brock should have got up. Lashley should hit him with a spear, not the hurt lock, but the spear, and then pin him.
Or if you really wanted to do, like you're saying, could have put him in a hurt lock, right?
Yeah.
And then have Roman smash Lesnar like while he was in the with the title while he was in a hurt lock, and then he's unconscious, and be like, they just nod at each other, like Lashley and Roman, and then that's that.
Yeah. Well.
and then you could have the referee like Lesnar's unconscious, ring the bell.
Yeah. But it was a good ending either way.
Yeah. I like the match. I like the match. Strangely enough, yeah.
The crowd were really into Bobby Lashley even being champ again.
Yeah.
This match was like, again, I think Brock was the face in this match. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, the thing is that it's just like, did you need to have the visual pinfall for Brock?
Yeah.
Probably,
Brock,
yeah.
But yeah, realistically, they didn't need it.
Yeah.
But then you do, because then it helps the story. Because,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it only helps the story. It doesn't help Bobby Lashley look any better than when he came in.
Bobby Lashley's fine anyway.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because you heard when he won, everyone was like, Bobby.
Yeah,
so...
no, but like I'm saying, if they did the hurt lock finish like we were saying, at least he can boast about beating Brock Lesnar. But here he can't even. He said he could say he beat Brock Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
Officially, but he can't say he can't legitimately gloat about it because then someone point out, well, no, hold on, Roman Reigns beat him up for you.
Well, yeah, but then they could always bring this back around when they have another fight, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so
good match. Happy to see Bobby champion again, if I'm honest. I like
it. Match 5, intergender tag team match: Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Maurice and Miz.
Yeah. This was a good palate cleanser after that.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, it was a good little fun match.
Yeah, even though kind of
you knew that outcome coming a mile away.
Yeah. But you could have had the heels win with a sneaky whatever, right? That's what it was. It was like the bad guys are probably if they're gonna win, it's gonna be some sort of shenanigans. They're never gonna win clean.
Yeah, of course.
And towards the end of it, when they were gonna do a double skull-ending, sort of skull-crushing finale, I was like, ooh, maybe like on Edge.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I did think for a set they might have won.
Yeah, exactly. And other than that, yeah, I didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Maurice did stuff, and I was like, ooh, when she did that Hokarana on Edge.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I hope she does like puts her arms over her head.
Yeah,
because when she comes down, she don't smash her head into the ground, right?
Yeah.
But I think it also helps that Edge is like so much taller than her.
Yeah,
that she'll clear the ground.
She's got enough.
Except that she was actually pretty close, though. Her head was pretty close to the ground. I think just because Edge, she jumped off the turnbuckle to him, and if he was standing upright while she turned, for the Hokamana, she wouldn't have been nowhere close enough to the ground. I think it's because he crouched when she did it for the maneuver, so he could go into the roll. She got closer than I would have liked to the ground. I'm like, oh, you're gonna smash the back of your head and
Yeah, they're trained professionals. They know what they're doing sometimes.
She had her arms up as well. Like, okay.
But yeah, it was a good. Like, I'll say it all the time. Miz is such a good heel because he just winds up people, and you can't wait for him to actually like get his face smashed in.
He does them Daniel Bryan kicks, and I was like, oh, yeah. Look at you, still trying to be an annoyance to guys that even with the company, but going up.
Because I thought as soon as Daniel Bryan left, he'll stop doing that, but no, he still does it. So I was like, that's great.
Why? Great. Because he can.
Yep, basically. And I liked how like Maurice kept on like poking at the Edge as well, and Beth to sort of get him more angry.
Yeah.
And
quite obviously, if it was heel Edge, he would have speared Maurice.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously, because he's face, he can't. He won't do that.
No. And even Maurice even hit a finishing move, the French kiss. I was like, I haven't seen that move in years. Yeah. Cool.
There was. I want to say, look, there was quite. So Edge did the. I'm sorry. Yeah, Edge did a spear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Miz also did a skull crushing finale, which Edge kicks out of.
Yeah.
So it's like, finishes were done and made sense in the story. Yeah. And then they, I think, was it double spear, Grand Slam finish?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Beth Phoenix and Edge speared Miz. When I say double spear, not like Beth Phoenix speared Maurice and Edge speared Miz. No, they've both done. They both got the Miz. And then they got the Grand Slams on each of their respective opponents. Yeah. Which would have been fun though, is if Beth Phoenix did the Grand Slam on the Miz, but then you would have Edge doing the Grand Slam on Maurice, and you can't have that.
You can't have that. But she did powerbomb.
Unless he was rated R superstar, then he would have done it.
But she did powerbomb the Miz earlier, so that's pretty cool. I was like, that's.
Well, look, okay. So we are fans of the Miz, even though they don't treat him particularly well. But I think it's because he also is a good company man. Whatever they ask of him, he does, and he even if it makes him look stupid, right? And even if they don't, it doesn't feel like they respect him enough. Yeah. For what he does for them. Yeah. It's like, well. But that's why I'm like, you know what? He does more for them than they do for him. You can't, and you're like, the man Michael. You're like, and they should treat you much better. But
I think that I was thinking that during this match. I was like, but you know what? He's like a multi-millionaire, so at this point, he probably doesn't care.
You know he doesn't have to care about his reputation, even though,
because he could quit tomorrow and be fine for the rest of his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, it's true. He probably thinks that they've given him enough that he doesn't mind doing what they ask. Yeah, which is fair. It's fine.
Yeah. Fair on him.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of a fun match as well. Yeah. All right. Men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
AJ Styles coming out number 1. Shinsuke Nakamura coming out number 2. And we're like, rightio. Let's see how this works.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to last like for ages?
One kind of did, but
yeah, Nakamura got eliminated kind of early.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what? These not necessarily these two should have lasted towards the end, but they should have lasted definitely into the 20s, both of them.
Yeah, same. I thought
the late 20s even, just for they like they started at the beginning and they feud at the end of it, towards the end of it would be better. Bobby Roode came out and I was like, yeah. But then I think Jack with you. And then Bobby Roode and AJ square off and you get TNA and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool until he gets eliminated straight afterwards. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, what? Why waste? Johnny Knox will come out and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Not why, but it's just like he should take on a spot that could go to someone else. However, he was feuding with Sami Zayn, so you're like, yeah, okay, fair enough. And he did give a decent forearm to AJ, and I've got to say, I wonder if he just had to lay it in because it's like, look, if you do it badly, it looks horrible. So just give it to me proper.
Yeah.
And then AJ did his back fist combo.
Yeah.
Which Johnny Knoxville didn't sell, but at the same time is like if you get hit hard, you kind of don't sell because you're like shocked at the impact.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was like AJ's just like, well, I'm gonna have to give it. Like you don't know how to sell properly, right? You're not professional, so I'm gonna have to give it to you with enough oomph that you kind of react.
Yeah.
But he just kind of took it like a fridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess because maybe it was just like he had to just take it.
Yeah, he had.
And he did bump for the clothesline at the end, but it's just like, oof. I think AJ's, is he laying it in for you proper?
Probably, or Knox for like, yeah, let into me because
enough of it. Yeah. Well, he's a jackass. He does the jackass.
He probably took him worse, like outside the ring. So
yeah. No, almost came out.
Yeah, he eliminated a ton of people.
Yeah, he's got the diesel push.
Yeah. Not for long though.
And then AJ had to somehow try to forearm Omos's head, and I'm like, all right, how are you gonna do this?
He's like at least a foot and a half taller than you, but all right,
exactly.
Yeah.
But I like how they kind of kept Omos doing the stuff that he needs to do without having to do too much.
Yeah, I like that.
Dominic Mysterio came out, and you're like, yeah, all right.
Sure. He did alright.
Any other? I don't think that was like until they get towards the 20s, right? Where some other people come, where things start up a bit more. Riddle comes out. Matt Riddle comes out number 20. Drew McIntyre at 21. Kevin Owens at number 22 and Rey Mysterio at number 23, and Kofi at number 24. So it's this whole kind of
it's when they're bringing like the big hitter guys. Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Until Kofi kind of botched his thing.
Yeah.
Which was quite. They could have just played it off like he didn't, but
yeah.
I mean, like.
Oh well.
Because like realistically, if they played off like he'd feet didn't touch the ground, do you think people would have cared?
I think what they should have done, right? Like you say, played it off like they didn't, and then maybe whoever they're gonna have Kofi feuding with for the rest of the season, can point that out and say he was gone.
Yeah,
I got him. I threw him out. You could have used it for something. It was an accident, but you could have used it for something.
Yeah, but
yeah. Bad Bunny comes out, and I'm like, right, but he also did not too bad either.
I respect this guy, man. He took an F5.
But he did pretty well. Like he got a good flurry when he came in as well.
Yeah.
So it was like the Canadian destroyer to Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Flying head scissors and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what?
He's one of the celebrities took it seriously and actually did the proper training.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like last time he had the match, and I thought they kind of crap. So he doesn't need to do too much, and he needs to do his bits here, which is fine. Because you wouldn't know how much he needed to train or not train at this point if you're only in it for like the little segment.
Yeah.
Shane O'Mac comes out at
29, is it?
Yeah. No, 28.
28. Yep.
I'm like, rightio.
Yeah. That kind of got support for me as well.
Well, really, how did that?
I think I saw it like on Twitter something. Not today or yesterday, but during the week, it's like, Shane O'Mac's going to be in the Rumble. I was like, okay.
Oh, no, in the Rumble or at the Rumble, because that's two different things.
In the Rumble, I was like, nah, I doubt it. And then he came and was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess. Whatever,
Yeah.
I like Shane. He does stupid things. That's why I like
Yeah. Randy Orton comes out number 29, and Orton and Riddle, start doing RKOs to everyone, right?
Yeah, that RKO he did when he ran off Otis's back and like turned midair and gave, I forgot who it was, the RKO was pretty cool. I was like, good on them. And this is when I thought, you know what, Riddle might win the Rumble.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look. I don't say that in a bad way. It's just like sometimes you try to think, okay, where they're heading with stuff, and sometimes you don't even know. They don't even know where they're heading with stuff. No. So it's fair enough,
Because I thought, at this point, either Riddle, Big E, or Randy Orton was going to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I could see them guys winning and going to WrestleMania, whatever.
Well, here's the thing with me, right? I'm not. I'd be kind of semi-cynical. It's like, what is the reason why Roman Reigns interfered in Brock Lesnar's match? So maybe he'd come in the Rumble
Yeah, there was that small part.
But look, like, okay, so Brock came in, he wiped everyone out, and he won the Rumble. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna put it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was one of those where basically the final from number 30 to the finish of the match went really quickly.
Yeah.
Which yeah, okay, Brock. I don't want to say like he's not lazy, right? But he do matches his way when he wants, right?
Yeah.
And he's already had a 10-minute match, which is already beyond most of the times of the most of the matches he's had since he come back, anyways.
No, he's had quite a few long ones.
Yeah, but would you say most of his matches are under 10 minutes?
No, I say some of them are slightly over.
I'd say the majority of the matches that are over with the smaller guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the guys who have better cardio.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, actually, better. Okay, not saying Brock's cardio is bad. It's just he sweats buckets, right? And he's huffing and puffing.
But he can go.
Yeah, exactly. So when I say his cardio is bad, what I'm just saying, he looks like he's wiped out.
Yeah, but he's...
I don't know how much his service is selling or he's genuinely wiped out, but because obviously wrestling's hard, so you know.
Yeah.
What did you think of Brock winning?
I had no problem with it, but my only problem sort of is like he didn't really need to win to fight Roman.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
If they were going to do if they were going to do what they're going to do, I thought maybe what's going to happen is the first match is Brock versus Bobby Lashley, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the interference, and then and then Royal Rumble's at the end, and they can do what they do.
Yeah.
But then again, I can see why they didn't do that, because if Roman interfered in Brock's match early, why is Brock not going to interfere in Roman's match?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the entire event?
I liked the entire event, if I'm honest. Nothing sort of felt like it didn't belong. Matches, in my opinion, were in the right places. So yeah, I liked it overall.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It wasn't too bad, right? Could have been better in some places, right?
Everything could be better, but
yeah. But it was kind of fun. I think okay. So, like I was saying about the Women's Rumble, like certain amount of people, you're like, oh well, you know, if I had made a list of all these names, X person on this, X person on that, because they're not likely going to win, you know. But the men's as well is actually not a huge amount of people. When I look at the list of the men's, where you're thinking, all right, so this person could go and challenge for this title. What do you think they're heading towards? Because obviously, I say obviously, but you never know how things go. It seems like they're doing Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania-ish.
Yeah, Roman at Brock at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I say that because if they sign The Rock, they're probably just going to be like, hold on a second. Brock, you're going to have to maybe feud in February, and then we got The Rock for March.
Yeah, nah. I don't think Roman Rock won't be till next year. Next year, I reckon, or SummerSlam. It's not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, I kind of gathered it'd be Brock versus Roman. That's going to be WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Women-wise, I reckon it'll be Ronda versus Charlotte.
It will probably make the most sense, right?
Yeah.
Because they've been wanting to do that one-on-one match for a while now.
Yeah.
Where's Lashley fit into all of this?
That I have no idea.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
When you watch old WWF, they've got their plan for whoever's going to win the Rumble. Like they've got a champion, and then they like set up like year in advance where the storyline is going to go.
Yeah.
But sometimes here, more in the last 10 or 20 years, they just whoever wins the Rumble, then has their storyline to go into WrestleMania. It's like maybe you should have set something up. Yeah, exactly.
Me personally, I don't mind that it's just sort of not on the fly, but not obvious.
Well, no, it's not. That's not obvious. You haven't set up your contenders, so no one knows what's going on. That kind of gives more people equal chances, and there's no favorites. But at the same time, it just makes it also look like you're just you're making it up, and then you're saying to me, "Yeah, okay, this is what we're gonna do."
Yeah, but it does feel like that a lot. But that's the wacky world of wrestling. Nothing makes sense.
I thought, when they said Sami, so when Sami Zayn won that number contenders match for the Intercontinental, I thought they were going to do Sami Zayn versus Nakamura at Royal Rumble, and I was like, oh yeah, remember that match with NXT? This match could be something, but they didn't do it. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
No, I think they didn't do it because Nakamura just got literally cleared to wrestle this week. Like, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not enough.
That's probably why he got eliminated early as well.
Yeah, which makes sense. And I don't know what else after that, but it should be alright. I just trying to think where Lashley would be at WrestleMania, or if he'd still be champion at WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, he's only freshly won the title, so who knows what they're gonna, how they're gonna do that with whatever they're gonna do.
Because he could lose that at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, it's true.
But then, that's the thing.
Yeah. So, what do you think? You think the plan for Becky is Bianca Belair?
Bianca Belair, and Bianca's gonna finally get the win that she should never lost in the first place, but she'll finally get a win back. Yeah,
I think that's why we were like, Doudrop is not necessarily not a good contender or nothing. No matter how much good the match would have been, she would have had to basically build herself as a contender during the actual match, which is not really the best thing to do.
No, and hardly never really works. So
yeah. Well, unless you really if in the independents and stuff like that, it can work because you don't go in there having an idea of who's what. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But when you've basically been positioned at a certain way, on national TV, and everyone looks at your ranking and be like, like
stuff like that don't really work in like mainstream wrestling, does it?
Yeah.
And when it does, everyone's like, huh?
Yeah. How can this person power up so quickly?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
usually it's different if it's an underdog, by the way, right? If the roles were reversed and Doudrop was champion and Becky was the underdog, right? You'd be like, okay,
they can work. Yeah. It's like with quick thing about AEW, like with when Sammy Guevara beat Miro for the TNT title, that made no sense to me. It's like, what? Okay, Miro's been unstoppable for like nearly a year at this point, and then Sammy Guevara challenges him out of nowhere and wins. No knock on Sammy Guevara or anything, but it's like, what?
Well,
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Would
you? Okay. How many of these matches would you recommend people to watch? Like when I say like proper, because you can always say the women's rumble and the men's rumble are entertaining, but sometimes you be like, only parts of this match, the actual rumble, is worth watching.
Yeah. If we're not including the rumble matches, I would say.
Well, I'd say. Would you say watch the full rumble matches? Watch the highlights.
Yeah, if it's stuck for time, yeah.
Okay.
But I would say watch the Seth, Roman, and Bobby Lashley, Brock.
Yeah, I think okay. So the Seth Roman match is good for in-ring work and character work, right? It helps build the match that way, and the Lashley Brock match is more like we're just gonna beat each other up kind of until we get to the finish. Like they're both enough of a physical challenge to each other. Like it's a different style of match.
Yeah.
Within this, Yeah.
So that's.
I mean, it wasn't your standard as well. Sometimes Lesnar just has the matches where it's finisher spams, and you're like, oh come on.
Yeah. Like his match with Drew at WrestleMania 36.
Yeah. Exactly. But he's actually bothered with Lashley.
Yeah.
So that's
what I'm happy about.
Yeah. And I'd say Edge and Beth Phoenix versus
Miz and
Maurice. That's a quite fun one
match
to watch.
Yeah. It's like it's got a bit of story to it, but then like it's kind of like light and refreshing, sort of. So you don't have to be bogged down by all this stuff. It's just two couples that don't like each other who happen to be wrestlers.
Yeah.
And it ends pretty good. So,
I would say here's the thing, right? I would say none of this is excellent.
Yeah.
But some of this is fun. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So is that us signing off, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'm the man who's going to tag with my wife to beat up some other guy and his wife, CY Chong.
And I'm the guy who botches my own elimination at a Royal Rumble, Carl Charles. Poor Kofi. Right. Yes. Let us know. Ooh, let us know what you thought of the Royal Rumble. Did you think that the Forbidden Door would have had more people entering? I didn't personally, but let us know what you thought of it. Don't forget to follow us on social medias like our Instagram and Twitter and our YouTube page. And if you've got any questions or anything, just send us a message through email or on those things I just said. And we will catch you next time. And I'd like to thank you all for taking a trip around Multiverse with us. Bye.
Bye.
You know what, Brock? It is an honor to finally be able to stand in here and ring with you. And it's an honor to be able to share this spotlight with you. And as one super athlete to another super athlete, it's an honor to be able to look you right in the eye and with all due respect, tell you that for 20 years, you have been ducking and running from me. With all due respect, it's an honor for me to be in the ring with me. And I must apologize, Bobby. For the last 20 years, I've been winning championships in this ring and in other rings. So that doesn't fall on me, Bobby Lashley. That falls on you. I don't have a clue who you are until I met you at day one. So now it's your fault that you didn't climb the ladder of success and enter into the same arenas I did. I must apologize, Bobby, because if we had met, I would have already beaten you, and we wouldn't be here right now. With all due respect. Oh, and by the way, guys, you guys are dressed really freaking fancy. What's the thread count on that thing anyway? A comedian, huh? Okay, so Brock, at the Royal Rumble when I beat you for that title, and then you start your tour as a stand-up comedian, you know, me and MVP here, we'll be sitting front row because as a comedian, Brock, you are money. I'm funny and I'm money. Hey, Paulie!
Yes, sir.
Knock, knock.
Brock Lesnar does a knock-knock joke in Philadelphia. I thought I saw it all. Okay, Brock, who's there?
Bobby.
Bobby who?
Exactly.